Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn daily energy, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. Then it was not meant for you. It was meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get an overall crystal we're going to crystal for overall energy, and we have this one popped out. All right, and this is ametrine. Energetic, intuitive, connected. A combination of amethyst and citrine, ametrine opens the pathways between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. With a sunny disposition, this stone can alleviate stress during challenging life transitions. With the ability to go beyond the surface, ametrine brings the shadowy parts of us to light, healing deep wounds and trauma by confronting them directly. Ametrine encourages you to hop in the driver's seat and take control over your life. Aiding in discernment and clarity, ametrine gives you the confidence to take the lead. Libra, Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto. Take the lead, take control, right? You're in the driver's seat, and that's what you have to remember. That's what you have to focus on. All right, so let's... right? You're in control, the Emperor. You're in the driver's seat, having that faith and that belief in yourself that you are in control and reminding yourself that you are in control, okay? That when those little thoughts come in, those negativities, those I can'ts come in, that you take control and you say, yes, I can, right? This is something that's going to take time. This is something that you have to train yourself to do. This is something that you have to catch yourself doing, and then you have to recognize it, and then you have to stop it. You have to say, no, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept that energy. I'm not going to accept those thoughts. Okay? I'm not going to accept that. This is something that takes time. It's, something that you almost have to like train yourself to do. That when those negative thoughts come in, that you catch yourself, you change that, and that you're in control. That you reset those thoughts that are going in your head, right? You reset them from this Three of Swords to the Six of Wands, right? That you don't keep yourself in this Three of Swords energy, that you keep yourself in the Six of Wands energy. And that by staying in that energy, that brings your relationship with yourself closer. I feel like this represents that relationship that you have with yourself. That you are looking out for yourself, that you are protecting yourself, right? That you are doing the positive things for yourself, that you're keeping yourself in this I can do energy, that I will be successful. I will have my goals met. I will meet my goals. I will have everything that I desire and I wish for, right? Keeping yourself in that energy. It's something that, like I said before, that you go back and forth with, that it takes time to reprogram yourself, because you will find that Three of Swords energy trying to creep back in, because that's what you were used to, right? I just recently was listening to, I think it's Bruce Lipton, and I've been listening to his videos, and I actually listened to his audiobook, and it's about the conscious and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind can take in that energy, can learn, and can adapt. And the subconscious mind is like a tape that is playing that you had learned when you were younger. From when you were in the womb until he was saying until you were like 6 or 7. And that tape was set, and that's kind of how your outlook is, and that the subconscious is a tape that keeps playing. And in order to change that, he said, it's either hypnosis or it's through repetition. So having that repetition of maybe what was playing before on that tape was this negative energy, was this hurt, was this loneliness, was this pain, this I can't energy, that now you have to change that tape so that it plays the positive, that it plays the Six of Wands, that it plays the Lovers, right? That it plays the Emperor, that it plays the positive energy. And that's what you need to change, that you need to keep telling yourself that I can, because it's used to playing the I can't. And being aware of that when you catch yourself is to make those changes, right? But that's something that's going to take time, because I feel like that inner battle between yourself is, it wants to play the I can't, but you want to do the I can, but it's something that's going to take time. And again, with this ametrine right there, it says, encourage you to hop into the driver's seat and take control of your life, right? It brings the shadowy parts of us to the light, healing deep wounds and trauma by confronting them directly. So I feel like it's that Three of Swords and saying, no, I'm not going to accept that energy. All right. You have the power. I feel like it's young energy, it's new energy that you have to take control of things, right? To not let the energy take control of you. That this is a new young energy for you, right? A new start, right? The Fool, I love it. New beginnings. Skipping along the beach, enjoying each day. Focusing on the positive and the goals that you have, the Hierophant, having those beliefs. And I feel like the Hierophant also represents that strong foundation that you have, that's very strong. I feel like maybe before your foundation was in this Three of Swords, but it's like, no, it's time to have the foundation of the Six of Wands, that success and victory, rising above the situation, right? Rising above this three of Swords. Again, see that just like in this reading, this Three of Swords wants to come back. This Three of Swords energy wants to keep coming back in, and it's going to test you. When you're in this energy of this positive and I'm not going to accept, you will be tested. And that's why this Three of Swords keeps coming back in, because it's like, no, I want you to stay in this Three of Swords energy, right? I want you to focus on the hurt. I want you to focus on the failures. I want you to be in the sadness energy. And that's where you will be tested, and that's where your strength is, right? It's being strong and being able to say that and see that and say, no, I'm not going to accept that. And I feel like with this card here, her hand is loose. It's not holding tightly onto this sword, right? It's like, no, I'm not going to accept that. And her hand lets go. And I feel like her hand is letting go of the sword. And it's letting go of this Three of Swords. This is something that takes time. This is something that really you have to be aware of how those negative thoughts seep into your mind. And something that I think like may bring that to light is kind of being more aware of how many times does negative thoughts creep into your head, right? And just being, sometimes it's like this is something that I've started doing, and I'm quite surprised like how many times the negativity, whether it's complaining or thinking negative about something, creeps into your mind. And maybe being more aware of that and seeing how many times that happens, and say within an hour span, how many times did you have negative thoughts and how many times did you have positive thoughts? And just like I was saying before, is that if you're in a situation, right, if you're in a relationship or you're in a situation or there's something that you want to do, is writing down those negatives and the positives to actually see that when you actually see, wow, like there's way more negatives than there is positives, or, you know, wow, there's way more positives than negatives, and kind of seeing that. But I feel like that also goes with your thoughts, right? Swords is your mind. And being more aware of, say, in that hour, and seeing how many are negative and how many are positive, and then in the next hour be aware of that and not have any negative thoughts. That as soon as you feel one starting to creep in, that you say one, and then you catch yourself, right? And don't say one for an hour, and see how that goes. And that's those little steps, which I was saying, is taking those little bits at a time. That if in that hour you don't say one negative thing, you don't think one negative thing, you don't go into that negative energy for 1 hour, then you build and you grow on that, and you see how you feel. And then you go from there. All right. And then things start to happen for you. Things start to come in for you, right? This coin is coming into the hand, and then I feel like you start to see that those things that start to fall into place for you, because you are focusing on the positive, that you are focusing on the positive things that you want to have come in toward you, that you're focusing on what it is that you want to have, happiness, right? Say, I want to be happy for the next hour. And every time that negative thought comes in and you're like, nope, I'm not going to accept you, I want to be happy. And you repeat that every time that negative energy comes in, and you say, you know, as soon as your mind goes to something negative, you say, nope, I want to be happy. And you do that for an hour, and then you see how that feels. And then feeling in that energy, you're like, yes, I want more of that. So what are those other things that you can do to have more of that? To have more of that energy come your way, because this pentacle is very clear, and you can see by the way of it how it's showing action and motion, that it's coming into the hand, right? That the hand is open, and this is coming into the hand. The coin is coming into the hand, and this coin can represent what's ever most important for you. Is it money? Is it love? Is it happiness? Whatever that represents for you, that's coming in for you. So open your hand and grab it and take it and accept it, because you deserve it. You do deserve it. Don't let these Three of Swords take control of you. And as I was saying before, as you saw how the Three of Swords wanted to come back into this reading. And it's no, we're not accepting this Three of Swords. We are letting that go. We are accepting this pentacle, this good energy that's coming in. All right, we'll get an animal oracle, and we'll get a fortune reading card. Snake spirit, time to heal. All right, this is your time to heal, and that's what this reading is about, is your time to heal. I've always said that, like, I share my journey with you, and this is what I have, this is the energy that I have recently come into, and this is something that I want to share with you, that I want to heal, and I want you to heal with me. You have to be open to it, and you have to be willing to accept it. And it will not work unless you are in that energy and at that point where you are ready to heal. And we all go at our own paces, and we all go at our own time, right? and whatever works. There's nothing right or wrong. If you're not ready for this, that's totally fine. If you are ready for this, I hope that you embrace this, and you do research, and you find, so the universe will throw us those little tidbits, those things that will maybe be on our news, our news feed, our YouTube feed, our Facebook feed, our, daily inspirations, maybe that I post on my community page. It throws you those little tidbits. It could be just the energy that's around you. I've had that eagle that was on my path on the way to the barn. I've had there was a bluebird that was outside of my window, and he keeps going at this branch, which is exactly directly perpendicular to me, or if I look, it's straight in front of me. And I've been seeing repeating numbers a lot. So it's like this energy, the universe is trying to tell you, it's trying to give you this information. And I feel like with this reading, the universe is trying to give you this information. And if you're ready to accept it, that's amazing. And if you're not, that's okay. But I want you to be on the journey with me. And I feel like that's why I have this YouTube channel. That's what came to me really like the other day, right? That sometimes I had wondered, why do I have this channel? Like I knew like the overall of it, but I feel like yesterday I really had the clarity of it, and it's being on this journey, this positive journey, and to enjoy each day, and to enjoy life, and to heal, and to not accept this Three of Swords energy that wants to keep coming in, that holds you down, but to accept this Emperor energy, the Six of Wands energy, this new energy that wants to come in, the Lover's energy, and accept this coin that is going into your hand. And it's time to heal, and it's time to move past that. But the first thing you have to do is work within yourself, and then that can heal the things around you. So I wanted to give you this information, if in any way that it can help you. And I feel like that's kind of where I always felt, from the very beginning, I felt I wanted to do positive tarot card readings, because that's what helped me, was it got me into that positive energy. And that's the energy that I held on to before I even started doing readings. Like I've said before, that I was watching other tarot readers, and I would hold on to that positive energy. And I would hold on to those positive messages, and that's what gave me strength. And that's what I want to do with my YouTube channels, is I want to have that positive energy, and maybe that way that people can look at things from a different point of view, or to give them that strength to see that, yes, the Three of Swords wants to keep coming in, but we're going to fight, and we're going to rise above that, and we're not going to accept that. That everything, that all of that good that we receive, we deserve that. We are beautiful, loving people, and we deserve all the good that comes our way, and that we need to heal. And that's the messages that I want to put out on my YouTube channel. And that's my community that I feel I am building, and that's the community that I want. For me, that's my goal, so that one person that may be struggling, that hears that message and has that hope and hold on to that reading, and that helps them to get themselves into a better place, then I've done my job. And that makes me feel so good, because I love giving back. And that's why I share this information that I have found with you. And I truly, from the bottom of my heart, hope that it helps you in some way. All right. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for understanding. And I truly appreciate every single one of you. You are my light. You are my energy that keeps me going, right? That gives me like this light that is coming through. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.